Yeah, and I think we're live on Facebook. I'm just going to double check as we settle in here. So if you can see us live, or if you're watching the replay, then let us know in the comments. This is Kelly, activator of the Divine Feminine, and I'm here with an amazing woman that I'm going to introduce in a minute. Her name is Angelica Soli. Hi, Angelica.
Hi.
So good to have you here. So yeah, Angelica, I met her a few months ago and I've been working with her and she's been working with me. So I just want to introduce Angelica for us all. She is an activator of the cosmic shaman, a keeper of sacred keys, and a cosmic sound priestess. She really works with light language, integration of multi-dimensional self, and she's got all sorts of beautiful workouts such as temple dance, which I've been taking part in. So really honored to have Angelica with us. Is there anything else that I need to say about you to introduce you?
No, that's good. Yeah, I go by Angelica, Grace sometimes too. So, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Angelica has, as I said, I've been working with her and she felt the call to do some womb activations with me. And so, yeah, she said that she'd be happy to come and speak about her experience today.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, so to start off, like, what made you know that now was the, or that was the time for you to do this womb work?
Well, I had been going through my own sort of personal activation in getting in touch with my own connection to the divine feminine and in my own work as a shamanic practitioner, I was undergoing a sort of priestess initiation on my own, just led by spirit. And it led me to you. But beyond that, um, I had been in multiple unhealthy relationships. So I had patterns of codependency and attracting unhealthy relationships like abusive relationships or attracting unavailable partners. Um, and that was just, like I said, a pattern that just kept going. And then also financial problems. And I was in, or still am in the process of starting my own business and just really wanting to make sure that I was in alignment and in my, mm, yeah, in alignment to be able to move forward with that from the right place. So those are the main reasons. And then being introduced to your energy, I just could not hold myself back. Once I entered your energy field and heard so many of the messages that you have on Facebook and everything, it really just touched my heart immediately, and it was a no-brainer that this was the work that I was called to do. Yeah.
That's such, thank you for sharing that. Well, I want to ask, like, how has the experience been for you? Because you're already really experienced, but how has it been for you connecting with the womb space?
Well, I remember working with you one-on-one at the start, and you may have asked me if I had ever connected with my womb, and I remember feeling and realizing that I didn't, that I had never connected with my womb. And that was kind of an aha moment and also a bit of a shock to me to realize that I had been so disconnected. And so it was like reuniting. I have that song in my head, you know, reunited, and it feels so good. Yeah. Um, but that really was what it was like. It was just like a homecoming, to touch into that, and just um, very magical, and it's hard to find words to describe.
I just love when you said homecoming, like I got goosebumps, and so
Mhm.
many women experience this, and there's almost no words for that real homecoming and what that really means. So I just want to, yeah, I just want to honor that because it's so beautiful. And I know, like, you've listened to a lot of my, like you said, my Facebook talks. And there is a difference, isn't there, from doing some of the free trainings I do and actually feeling that real homecoming for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really puts it in your hands. It's in my hands now, these tools that I've been given. Mm-hmm.
So, what kind of like results? I hate that word. I don't know what word. What have been the outcomes for you, like
Yeah.
since you've been doing this work?
Yeah, I understand. I was thinking about that too, results. Um, so, but there are, and um, the thing is that it does. Initially, I was thinking about how it's not very tangible or it's intangible, but that's not really true. It kind of starts in the intangible and then it starts to manifest the tangible. So so where it started was more like just a shift in my relationship with myself and how I felt about myself. Um, so very internal. And then I started to see changes in relationship with other people. So with other, like the potential partners that I attract into my life, I notice that they either are meeting me where I'm at now from a healthier place, or they're just not coming into my sphere. And that feels really good. Um, and then relationships with family and other women in my life, those are starting to feel better or more aligned. Um, have greater appreciation for those relationships as well, for the feminine and the masculine, just because, we did some of the ancestral healing as well, looking at those relationships. And so, yeah, I see it very much as like relational right now. And also with my work. So the way I feel about my work is shifting. Um, and in terms of tangible, um, I'll kind of go back to one of the reasons why I started was money issues. And I had been overspending out of probably a lot of different reasons. But one thing that we picked up on in our work together was seeking outside validation. And some of the, I don't even know if I want to call it pressure, but whatever had been ingrained in me that said I needed to look a certain way or be a certain way in order to receive love or receive what I wanted. And that's all shifted to where I have stopped overspending. And I don't think I've purchased, I used to spend a lot of money on clothes. I don't think I've purchased clothes for a while now. And I have just a much greater appreciation for what I have, and realizing that so much of what I have is what's internal, that, you know, and then the little thing that we kind of laughed about was I'm not dyeing my hair anymore. And but that's just another signifier of this bigger internal shift that I've had. And I really am thankful for that because, I mean, maybe this doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is. I spent hundreds of dollars on hair as well, and so it all does add up. And to me, that was an important shift. And I can see how those sort of little things will start to add up. I feel that it will only start to kind of expand in how it influences my life. And I feel like I've broken some, um, like broken out of some of the bondage that I was in, or perceived bondage. I feel a lot freer. Um, and it's only been like a few weeks since I finished working with you, and we might even still have one more one-on-one. So I still feel like I'm early on, but I do feel that the more I just be in this new space and return to the practices that I've been given, that it will just continue to expand for me.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like you say, it sounds so subtle when you
Mm-hmm.
talk about like not dyeing your hair as much and not spending money on clothes. But that's a huge shift because you stop getting that validation and love externally. It means that you start to radiate from within you your infinite worthiness, your infinite beauty, in fact. And that is extremely self-honoring, actually. It's not even about being magnetic and getting
Mm-hmm.
more clients or beautiful partners. It's like you, for the probably, or me or women that do this work, really honor themselves and their own magnificence. And I think we've been really disconnected from that for a very long time. And we've been in this distorted paradigm of trying to feel enough from all of these external things. So yeah, I think that's beautiful to hear that. Well, what unexpected benefits did you see? Is there anything that kind of happened that you didn't expect that came about?
Yeah. Um, I'm just also checking in right now to see if anything comes to me in the moment. Hmm. Well, I feel more connected to my physical body as well. Um, and my sexuality. In the work that I do, I'm a cosmic shaman, so I'm up in the higher chakras a lot. So this really brought me down. It really helps me be in my body more, to connect in with my womb space. And yeah, so it feels just like a whole activation in the lower chakras. And um, so that just came to me off the top of my head. And then something else I wanted to mention was that I feel so much more authentic and like an example of the divine feminine, or I can really, I think about the generations forward from me, the people, and it can even be my elders as well. But I feel like I'm really standing more in that divine feminine energy, and that I can just be that, or emanate that, from such a much more authentic place. And that is important to me. And I would say before this training, that was not really on my radar. And now, to think of it now, I'm like, well, how could that not be on my radar? To me now, it's really, really important, and potentially even like a very top priority in who I am, how I live my life, and how I interact with others, and potentially even what I offer through my work, or just through my personal life. Something that came to me is that I would like to be a part of red tent circles, or lead them, or something. I would like to always in some way connect back in with women, um, and probably multi-generational. Um, and I also see it in my work as well. You've been participating in this dance course, and it's the first time I offered this dance course, and the divine feminine energy is starting to flow into that container. and I can see that that will likely continue, that there will be more of that in my containers. And again, I think about, I can't believe that this wasn't, it really feels very, very important to just have it be a key component of everything in my life. So some other things that were unexpected benefits would be like, well, I feel more myself than ever before. A renewed sense of purpose. And let's see, I just also want to add that it feels like these are kind of cliches, but it feels like a gift that keeps on giving. So it just feels endless, that even if I am done working with you in the space of this container, that what I have now is just overflowing. Like it's never gonna not be giving in my life. Like yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. I love what you said. It's almost like you don't know what's missing until you do this
Mm-hmm.
this program. I remember you said that. You were like, oh my God, like I can't believe like I didn't have this piece or I didn't know about this piece. And that's why so many women who do this work say every woman must do this work. It's almost like you don't know what's missing until you feel it for yourself. Like you say, it's yours now, and that is a gift that's going to keep on giving to you, that overflowing. And yeah, that's like really wonderful to hear, and hear how your embodiment actually of the divine feminine is going to keep giving in all different aspects of your life, from relationship to work to everything. So
Mm-hmm.
that's like really beautiful to hear. That makes me, yeah, that's so beautiful. And that's how I feel as well, um yeah, like it's just so beautiful to bring this through and to just feel that homecoming and feel like you know yourself and you know your worthiness, and that is just emanates in every aspect of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're opening the circle. I'm doing another 6 month circle. It closes now Monday. I was going to close it tomorrow, but so many people are still trying to catch up on the training. They're messaging
Yeah.
me, Kelly, if I only got 24 hours. And I'm saying to people who are doing the training not to rush through it, because people are getting activated and they're like messaging me, they're getting healings from womb grief, from narcissistic mothers, from trauma, from abuse, all these things. So yeah, I want to say to everyone, take your time. It's extended now until Monday. So yeah, Angelica, Angelica. Why am I saying that wrong? Angelica Grace. Can I ask you, what would you say to people that are thinking about doing the course?
I would say to really listen to your heart and to your womb, which is something that I learned to do throughout this course. And yeah, but really to do that as your guiding, as your guidance, and to know that it's really I would say that this experience is different perhaps than other containers. It's really you're giving a gift to yourself, and it has this exponential effect on everything in your life and others. And so that gift is just so expansive. And I would also say that this work affects every other thing in your life. So that's something to consider as well, that you sometimes maybe we just think it's like only for certain issues in our lives or certain topics, but it really does affect everything. like more holistically. So to really consider that. And I also just wanted to mention that working with Kelly to me has been one thing I really appreciate about it is the simplicity of this work. It feels very clear and simple, as in it's like not overly complicated. There's not a lot of steps. You're very much guided through the whole thing. And to me, it was very gentle. Now I know she brings in light frequencies, so that may be a little more powerful for some people. I'm not sure how everyone experiences it, but to me, it felt like a gentle experience. So even though maybe it might bring some things up that are uncomfortable or maybe brings up emotions, overall, there's a gentleness to it too, which I really appreciated. So just wanted to, something about the simplicity. Oh, I know. Well, along with the simplicity piece, it's like we did this work over the course of probably 6 or 8 weeks, probably a little bit longer. So I did the self-study, but around the simplicity piece, this didn't take years of therapy. It didn't take gobs and gobs of talking about things. Now we had some sessions where we did talk, of course, but it really feels like this just kind of goes straight to the point, and it's like this gentle clearing and realigning, and that was amazing as well. Because to think of where I am from January until when I first started kind of getting the hint that I would want to work on some of these things, to now June, in 6 months, there's been just a massive change. And I don't know, I would be curious to see if that kind of change is even possible with other kinds of therapy or work. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, and when you're talking, it feels just like the whole system, your whole body, your cells, your soul is just like ready. They're just like, give me this womb work, give me this divine feminine, like the missing piece, just like bring it online and I'm just going to swallow it up.
Yes, totally. Yep.
Well, it's been wonderful to work with you and share this work, and I can't wait to see what else arises from it. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing your time today. I know you're busy, so really appreciate that. And I just want to say to anyone else, if you're thinking about it, just get in touch with me, and we'll see if it's a good fit or not, if it's the right timing. And yeah, that's it really. I want to say thank you so much again for joining and sharing your time.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I encourage you on your path.
Okay, thanks everyone. We're going to sign off now and we'll see you soon. Okay, bye.